Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I will discuss Legg-Calvé-Perthes disease, and it is a hip disorder. Perthes disease is a rare childhood condition which affects hip joint. It is mostly unilateral, but in 10% of the cases it may be bilateral. It occurs when blood supply of the head of the femur is temporarily disrupted. Now femur is the thigh bone. Now, without an adequate blood supply, bone cells die. This process is called avascular necrosis or osteonecrosis. Incidence of Perthes disease is 1 in 10,000, and the risk factors include male gender. It is more common in boys, and the ratio of male to female is 4:1. Now, it is more common in children's age 4 to 8 years. 10% of the cases have positive family history. It is more common in low birth weight and those having delayed skeletal maturity. 4% of the cases occur with transient synovitis. Now, the etiology of Perthes disease still remains unclear, but it is most likely multifactorial and may include genetic predisposition, environmental exposures, or socio-economic factors. Some causes which have been suggested include trauma, an inflammatory process, disorder of the epiphyseal cartilage, abnormalities in vasculature, increased blood viscosity such as thrombophilia, for example protein C and S deficiency. And other causes include abnormalities in growth hormone, maternal smoking, or second-hand smoke exposure. Now, pathologically, there are 4 stages of Perthes disease. The first one is avascular stage. It lasts for about 6 months. In this, the necrotic bone is replaced by fibrovascular tissue. So hip appears sclerotic and there is minimum loss of epiphyseal height. Second is the fragmentation stage. It lasts for 8 months. Initially, fissures appear in the epiphysis and these are followed by more severe fragmentation, and there is loss of epiphyseal height. Third is the healing stage. It lasts for about 4 years. During this, there is new bone formation and reossification begins in the central region and expand in all directions. And the last stage is the residual stage. In this, remodeling of the femoral head occurs until the child reaches skeletal maturity. Now, the symptoms of Perthes disease. The most common symptom is limp and it may be of variable duration. Now, pain if present is usually activity related. It is usually not present at rest. And this pain may be localized in the groin or it may be referred to anteromedial thigh or in the knee region. Now, less commonly, disease may be acute in onset and this may be associated with failure to ambulate. Now, important signs on physical examination include decreased range of motion, particularly limited internal rotation and abduction. There is also painful gait, muscle spasm, and limp. Now, because of the deformity of the femoral head, there may be leg length discrepancy or there may be short stature, and thigh, calf, and buttock muscles have disuse atrophy. Now, in Perthes disease, there is an important diagnostic test called roll test. In this, when the patient is lying in supine position, the examiner rolls hip of the affected extremity into external and internal rotations. Now, this test should invoke guarding or spasm, especially with internal rotation. Another important sign is a combination of antalgic gait and Trendelenburg gait. In this, during the stance phase of the gait, patient lean the body over the involved hip in order to decrease abductor force and pressure within the joint. Now, there is also dropping of the normal contralateral hemipelvis. Now, the investigation. Important is the radiography. In this, anteroposterior and lateral pelvic x-rays should be taken. Now, there are many different classifications, but the most useful is Herring lateral pillar classification. Now, while reading X-ray, we use lateral pillar classification in order to assess the severity of the condition. In this, femoral head is divided into 3 parts. In group A, there is no loss of height of the lateral 1/3. In group B, up to 50% loss of height is present, and in group C, there is more than 50% loss of height of the lateral 1/3 of the femoral head. Other imaging studies which can be done include MRI, and this is helpful in early stages. Technetium-99 bone scan shows decreased uptake in the femoral epiphysis because of the poor vascular supply. Now, dynamic arthrography is helpful in planning surgery. Now, Perthes disease is a local self-healing disorder, and prognosis depends on bone age and X-ray appearance. Poor prognostic indicators include heavy child, that is obese child, decreased range of movement, abduction contracture, female gender, older age at presentation, especially more than 9 years old. Radiological poor prognostic indicators include Gage's sign, that is radiolucent horizontal V in the lateral aspect of the epiphysis, lateral subluxation of the femoral head with lateral calcification, whole head involvement, metaphyseal cyst, and lateral pillar group C. Now, the treatment of Perthes disease. Aim is to relieve symptoms by eliminating hip irritability and maintaining hip range of movements. Now, this can be achieved by maintaining the sphericity of the femoral head and preventing epiphyseal collapse. And this can be done by following the principle of containment. That is, femoral head should be contained in the acetabulum while it is regenerating and remodeling, because it is soft at this time and acetabulum acts as a mold for this. Now, non-operative treatment measures include activity limitation and bed rest, protected weight bearing, walking aids or crutches, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs for pain and inflammation, and physiotherapy, especially stretching exercises. Now, abduction devices or braces can also be used to achieve containment of the femoral head in the acetabulum. The most common are the Petrie cast. In this, 2 long leg casts are connected by a bar, and this keeps hips in abduction and internal rotation, and this is the best position for containment. Another is the abduction orthosis for the same purpose. Operative treatment include femoral and pelvic osteotomies, and these are also meant to contain the femoral head in the acetabulum. In these procedures, femur is cut and rotated for better alignment, and the bone is fixed with a metal plate and screws. Thanks for watching this video. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel.